guys, and welcome back to Ignitor SMP Season 3, Episode 5. So last episode we got pretty busy with some Secret Santa prankage, and way off in the distance right above my head there is what we built for our buddy Ironite, a little mob statue in his name with a Christmas theme. And yeah, hope you like it, Ironite. Maybe it'll stick around, who knows. So, on to today's episode. Today, we're going to get back to making some farms and a shop. Yes, a new shop is coming to town, and it is going to sell beacons. So, in order to do beacons, we're going to need to farm wither skeletons. We're going to need to use the wither skulls to summon the wither over and over again to get the nether stars, and we're going to then need to craft those into beacons and make a shop. So all of that's got to happen today. Let's get on with it. With these new farms so far away, there are a few things I'm going to need a bit more of. These guys. Now, Onyx and Minion are selling these over here for 1 diamond a box. It's a little steep, but it's early game. Here, what have we got? We got a whole box. So that'll make us a stack. So we're getting 24 free, essentially. 40 diamonds. That's a pretty good deal. Let me go to my ender chest. Okay, boom. That stings, but we are really going to need these. So that's a fantastic purchase for now, and highlights the fact that we're going to do some big farms this episode. We're going to need a lot of these, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shulker boxes. So at some point, we're probably going to want to make our own farm. So I proceeded to collect a load of materials that I needed and went into the nether, found myself a nether fortress that I thought would be suitable for this type of farm. So the farm we're going to make is a ENX04 design. I love that man's work, and it requires dogs of all things. This is actually probably going to take more time than actually building the farm is getting these guys where we need them to be. So I did a bit of research, and the overworld coordinates of the nether fortress we're using is actually in a mesa biome. Dogs don't spawn there, so we need to go looking for dogs where they do spawn. And I found the nearest snowy wooded place, I forget what these biomes are called, and hunted around for some pups. After a while, I found 1, then 2, and then a few more, and started breeding them. The idea was to get enough here that we could then take into the nether. We're going to transport them across the nether roof to the overworld equivalent of the nether fortress and get them in position, and then break portals and respawn them inside the nether fortress itself. That way we can get them to where we want them to be relatively easily. But yeah, this was no small feet, and running them across the nether roof was a bit of fun, as it always is. And then we set them up right outside the portal that we made there and moved them over to the mesa biome part of the overworld into a safe space, ready for moving into the fortress once we have the first part of the farm built. Once I made my way back to the fortress, I set up all the portals in the places I thought I needed them. I built myself a safe space to work and to store all of the things I'm going to need for the farm. I made this little tunnel going up vertically to the level where we're going to build it, which is exactly 1 block before the very top of the bounding box of the fortress. This is going to be for spawning reasons. I also needed to mine a little bit of the nether fortress away, just because I needed a few netherite brick building blocks, because they are the type of material on which the wither skeletons are going to spawn. And I needed to take away a little bit of the landscape and the ceiling just to make room for this. Didn't take long at all. And I think we're about ready to build. So let's jump into the nether fortress side of this farm build. And so the nether underneath the ceiling, at least, side of this farm, I think is pretty much done. We've got to remove all the torches and we're ready. We've got one last slab to add here with our exit point. And yeah, everything else to do with this farm is happening both on the nether roof above us and in the overworld. So let's move on to the nether roof. Okay, so that is the farm in place. Now, to show you how this guy works. So, I'm going to be spending my time here on the nether roof in this killing chamber, and it's just basically a portal that drops down to the mobs to a space where I can swipe at them with a looting sword. We've got a bit here to make sure we don't die of starvation, and we've got some item sorting systems here to deal with all the drops. That's it basically. What's important about this part of the farm is the distance where I'm standing to where the farm is underneath us. So directly below us is the nether fortress part of the farm, and if you look at the spawning sphere here, this part of the fortress is all that's really loaded. This farm is built at the very top of the bounding box of the fortress, so nothing else below there will spawn. There's a few caves and stuff around, but like not much is going to spawn over there. It's almost all going to happen in the farm itself. Then we've got my alt account. Meet Lightjohn. Lightjohn is going to sit in the overworld because we have this bridge where the mobs go through the nether fortress part of the farm portal. They pop out at one side of this bridge and they basically just push each other along until they go through the other portal, which puts them into the nether roof killing chamber. So as you can see from this time lapse here, we are watching the nether fortress part of the farm work. Essentially the dogs scare the wither skeletons who run down these aisles away from the dogs, and then they run into the portal. As they do that, they push the other mobs along, specifically the blazes. The blazes would just be hanging out, not really doing anything, but the wither skeletons essentially act as a conveyor belt, pushing the blazes through the portal at the same time. And the pigmen, they are attracted to eggs, which you can see at the side of the portal there. They're trying to get to those and obviously jump straight in the portal at the same time. So all three mob types are handily pushed to where we need them. They'll push each other through that overworld bridge until they pop out the other side. We take them out here and all the drops are sorted accordingly. Okay, so we have finished our first AFK session. We probably got about 10 hours in, and yeah, after... Oh, hello little kid. After the first hour of AFK, I had noticed that it wasn't quite working as planned, so the original storage here was just 3 chests. I needed a lot more than that, of course, and so I adapted the design. In doing so, I think I overwhelmed one of the streams here by diverting some of the hoppers. So I need to look at that. After the first hour of AFK, what I did instead was just fill my inventory with skulls, and I acted as a bit of a filter myself. So any that were lying there and weren't getting processed were at least getting picked up by me, which meant less got accidentally burned along the way. Let's go check out what yields we got from this after one night of AFK. Another nearly 4 stacks there, and 3 that side. That's pretty amazing. Plus, of course, we had to populate the filters, so there's 82 skulls in there as well, so it's not bad at all. Let's look at what else we got here. So we got, wow, 2 chests of blaze rods, 3 and a bit of coal. The bones are completely full, it looks like. Yeah, okay, they overflowed. And the gold. Not bad. And we'll have the same over that side. So, I'm going to make a few modifications to this guy for next time I run it, but for now, that worked really well. Nearly 11 stacks of wither skulls. That should keep us going for a little while. Superb. Okay, back at base with some of our winnings. We've got a lot of coal and blaze rods and gold, bone blocks, etc. And of course, we've got our wither skeletons. So we're going to take a whole bunch of soul sand, all of these guys, and we're going to head to the end and get us some nether stars. And skadoosh. That gives us 1 stack of nether stars. Oh boy. We ended up with a lot of heads. We got, obviously I had the same amount of wither heads. I put one up here for decoration already. And yeah, we've got 21 wither projectiles and 14 blue wither projectiles. Not too shabby. But man, that is slow. That took it takes about a minute per go, basically, per round of doing this, which is a little slow, especially because you've got to do it manually. So every minute you've got to stop whatever you're doing, come back down here, do the planting, step back, then explode, come back, do the swiping, etc. It does take some time. So we're going to find a way to automate this for the future, but for the time being, this will get us our first stack of beacons to be able to sell. Now the glass, I think I can handle the glass. I got my smelter, I can go mine some sand. The obsidian, that's the tricky one. So, we're going to need 3 stacks of obsidian in order to make 1 stack beacons there. Probably best going back to the end, to be honest, and just hammering away at some of the pillars. Because they'll just regenerate as soon as someone else resurrects the dragon. So I think that's what we're going to do next. Okay, smallest pillar is gone, and we've got more than enough from that. We've got 5 and a bit stacks. That'll do us nicely, so we can take that home and get to assembling our beacons. And here we go. Ka-ching! 64 beacons. Amazing. Now, we need to prepare how we're going to sell these. So some of them we're going to just sell as is, and others we're going to do like a beacon in a box thing. So I bought a load of those shulker boxes. I can make a load more, and we're going to go to our iron farm and make sure we give people enough to be able to assemble an entire beacon setup. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. That's the last of 14 boxes with all the required blocks of iron. That is 164 blocks, and I've provided enough iron ingots for 20 uses in a nice little pattern like that. And that's going to be a little box. We've got 14 of those ready to go, and yeah, we need to figure out a price for these. So okay, so there's basically 23 stacks of iron ingots just over with all of this. In the shops, it's 1 diamond for a stack of iron ingots, so that would be effectively 23 diamonds worth of iron. The shulker box itself is a diamond, 24, and the beacon, let's say 6. So there's like 30 diamonds worth of value in one of these boxes. So I'm thinking if we sell them for 20 diamonds a pop, that seems pretty fair. And these guys will sell for, I don't know, like we said, 5 diamonds each directly, or 20 for the whole box. That seems reasonable, I would say. So all we've got to do now is actually create a shop for these to be sold in. And I've got a pretty nice idea for a design, but it's going to require a couple of materials I don't have yet. So we're going to go off and gather those. So I've got most of the materials I need. I actually had to go mining because I need some deep slate gold ore. And the last block I need is gilded blackstone, which, as we all know, only come from a bastion. So I need a gold hat or boots, and we're going to go find a bastion and try and be brave. Okay, right over there, not far from spawn, is a bastion I know has been raided, so I'm going to sneak up and hopefully take the materials I need without ever being spotted. Aha, there we go, there's some on the outside. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'm thinking, while I'm here, I may as well top up on a bit of blackstone, because as you saw when I first mined some, I've never held this stuff in the game so far, so having some I think would be handy. Okay, that's not a bad haul. I'm not going to push my luck. We're going to take this home and get out of here in one piece. Okay, so another overnight session complete at the Witherskull farm. And I made some changes to the way this works. So previously we had these non-stackable item filters, 3 of them, one for that way, one for that chain, and one for these 2 hoppers. I took this out because I've already got overflow protection on this new filtering system I put in, and I put a third line in because previously these two hoppers were directing along this line and it was getting overloaded basically, so a third one should help with that. And yeah, let's have a look-see, see what we got after a good solid night of AFK. Okay, 4.5 stacks. Wow. 5, 6 stacks, and over here, wow, another 6. Combined with the ones we have at home already, including the ones we've not used, I think that's a whole shulker of these things. Yep, even after making a whole stack of beacons, nearly a complete shulker box of these things left over. So that's really good. That's gonna last us a long time. Alright, so now we've got all of our gilded blackstone and everything else that we needed. We can take our shulkers and go and build the shop. So at spawn, my wood shop's right here, and we've had a few more developments in the shopping district area. Gonzo has built a house here, so we don't want to get too close to that. We've had a couple more shops appear around here. So this is J, I believe, and these are new material shops. So I believe there's like stone and stuff in here, stone and copper, and this guy over here. This is food and donkeys apparently. So what we might do is remove 1 or 2 of these trees and continue the path around so we can get to here. Although, maybe the front side. In fact, this construction is going to have many sides, so we can enter it from wherever we like. And I think this little area here would be quite nice. Keep the shops relatively close together through this strip, and then that'll lead up to the sort of shulker and the rocket shop, all connecting up in that way. And the TNT shop way over there as well. So, we're going to hop into a time lapse, and we're going to build ourselves a beacon shop right here. Let's do it. Okay, we are done, and something a little bit different. It's kind of dark like my other shop. I quite like the use of the deep slaty bricks and tiles and stairs and things. And yeah, we've got a sword plunging into the stone here. And yeah, this is where we collect the goods. So we're fully stocked. We've got the beacons on sale for 5 diamonds and a whole beacon box for 20 diamonds ready to go. So we'll see how well that does. Hopefully this will keep the server stocked with beacons for some time. And we've got plenty more to go and make when we need to. Did a bit of path work around the outside, connecting everything up. I need to put a few trees back in probably, but at least the paths are now connected. So everything connects up and around and past these other shops into the bridge. So that's looking good. Very happy with that. We now have a beacon shop on the server. Fully stocked, we've already made some sales actually, and our fellow server mates are incredibly happy to finally be able to get their hands on these things. Great addition, and yeah, we've achieved a lot. We made ourselves the farm, we gathered all the skulls, we crafted everything, we killed all the withers, we made the shop. Mission accomplished. Doesn't it look great sitting there at spawn? I really like it. Check this out, our spawn island has been transformed. Neat, along with some other folks, had a really good session making this thematic for the server, and yeah, it really creates a lovely place to spawn in and looks fantastic on our Dyn map, which you can check out on ignitorsmp.com. Well, I think that's all we have time for this episode. If you like this one, please do give us a like, and if you want to see what we get up to next time, then please subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Take care for now. Bye bye.